So today I want us to find out how we can solve or find the least common multiple LCM of an algebraic expression like this one here. But before you are able to do that, it is important that you understand factorization. Now, factorization, as you're going to find out, means finding the factors that have been multiplied to give a certain expression. For example, when you talk about such an expression as 2y plus 6, both 2y and 6 have a common factor of 2, because actually factorizing simply means splitting an expression into a multiplication of simpler expressions. So both 2y and 6 have a common factor of 2. What we mean by that is that 2y is simply 2 multiplied by y. 6 is simply 2 multiplied by 3. So we can factor the whole expression in 2. 2y plus 6 is the same thing as 2 multiplied by y and 3 in a bracket. So 2y has been factored into 2 and y plus 3. I hope that comes out clear, because we're simply saying if we are looking to factor a certain sum, for instance, say x squared plus 1, we can simply say, or maybe for the purposes of easier understanding, we could try to factor a sum like x squared plus x. We are simply going to find what is common in these two factors. And as you can tell, x is common in both, so you're going to put a bracket. And if we divide x squared with x, you're going to have an x inside the bracket. Then you're going to put your plus sign, and then when you divide x and x, you get 1. So if you factorize x squared plus x, you are going to arrive at x into bracket x plus 1. So let's go back and try to find the answer to our expression here. Now we're trying to find the LCM of the sum x squared plus x squared, I believe, minus x, and x squared minus 1. So let's just confirm that is the right thing. X squared minus 1, x squared minus x, and x squared plus x, this one here. So let's go back and try to do that. To be able to find the LCM of these three expressions, you are going to factorize each one of these expressions separately. Okay, so let's begin with the first one, x squared plus x, and let's try to factorize that. So x squared plus x, we are simply going to find what is common, and we'll find x is common. Into bracket we find another x plus 1. So this is what you get when you factorize x squared plus x. Let's go ahead and factorize the second one, x squared minus 1. Now to be able to factorize that, x squared minus 1, you're going to get x plus 1, then x minus 1. If you want to try that to prove if it's right, you could multiply this x with that x. You're going to have x squared, then you're going to multiply this x with minus 1, there, and you're going to have a positive times, and remember these are plus x times a minus 1. A positive multiplied by negative will be a negative number, so you're going to have minus x, and then you're going to have this one here multiplied by this x here, right? And you're going to have another x, and then you are going to have this one again multiplied with minus 1. Remember, this is plus 1 times minus 1, so it's going to be minus 1. And you will notice that minus x, this one, plus x, this one, adds up to 0. So you are left with x squared, and this is the x I'm talking about, minus 1, this one here. So you're back to where you started. So in short, what I'm trying to say is that when you factorize x squared minus 1, you're going to get x plus 1 and x minus 1. So let's go ahead and factorize the last expression, which is minus x. What is common here will be x in bracket x minus 1. This is this factorized. So to be able to find the LCM, we are going to try and figure out what is common in all the three expressions that we have factorized. So if we take this factorization here, that's the factorization of x squared minus x. It comes to x into bracket x minus 1. If we go back and look at the factorization of x squared, if we go back and look at the factorization of x squared plus x, we find x into bracket x plus 1. And if we look at the factorization of x squared minus 1, we are going to find x plus 1 and then x minus 1. So we're going to write all these three, should I call them answers together? So we have x in bracket x minus 1. Then we have x into bracket x plus 1. And then we have lastly x plus 1 into bracket and then x minus 1. So to be able to come out with the final answers to the least common multiple, the LCM of the three, you're going to find out what is common. For instance, you're going to realize x is there, x is here, right? So you're going to write x, okay? And then you realize that x minus 1 is common there, and x minus 1 is also available there. So you write into bracket x minus 1. And then you also notice that you have an x plus 1 here and an x plus 1 here. So you write x plus 1. So your answer as to what is the LCM of that question, the final answer should be x into bracket x plus 1 x minus 1. That's the LCM of x squared plus 1, x squared minus 1, and x squared minus x. Okay.